OW living things process food for ions. 1. Humans and animals. What you eat, food like meat, veggies, or salt contains ions directly, for example, Na from sodium chloride or compounds that release ions when digested, for example, potassium from a banana. Processing, your stomach acid and enzymes break food into smaller bits. For example, table salt NaCl dissolves into Na and Cl ions, while proteins get chopped into amino acids that cells can later tweak into ion-related processes. Extraction, your intestines absorb these ions, passing them into your blood. From there, they're shuttled to cells to do their jobs. Think Na and K for nerve signals or Ca² for bones and muscles. Connection, every bite links you to the environment, the salt from the sea, the potassium from soil-grown plants. 2. Plants, what they eat. Plants don't chomp like we do, they sip ions straight from the soil through their roots, like nitrate No, phosphate Po cubed, or potassium K. Processing, they use water and energy from sunlight via photosynthesis to pull these ions in and combine them into stuff like sugars, proteins, or chlorophyll, which needs Mg² ions. Extraction, the ions don't just sit there, they're transformed. Nitrogen ions become part of plant DNA, calcium ions strengthen cell walls. It's a direct pipeline from dirt to life. Connection, plants bridge the inanimate soil, water to the living, feeding everything up the food chain. 3. Microbes, what they consume. Bacteria or fungi might break down sugars, dead leaves, or even rocks, releasing or taking in ions like iron Fe² or sulfate So². Processing, they use enzymes to crack open molecules, freeing ions or shuffling them into their own systems for energy or growth. Extraction, a bacterium might grab sodium to pump nutrients in or spit out hydrogen ions H to adjust its surroundings. Connection, microbes recycle ions back into the ecosystem, linking dead stuff to new life. Why ions matter here? When a living thing consumes, it's not just about energy or raw material, it's about keeping the ion flow going. Ions are like currency. They're traded, stored, and spent to keep the system alive. Eating a salty chip? You're topping up your Na for nerve function. Plant slurping soil water. It's banking K for growth. Everything's processing something to get those ions because without them, the electrical and chemical dance of life stops. The bigger picture, this extraction ties back to that connectivity you're curious about. The cow eats grass with its ions, you eat the cow, and your body pulls out those same ions to keep running. Meanwhile, the plant got its ions from soil, which got them from weathered rocks or ancient oceans. Its a loop. Consumption is how living things tap into that cycle, processing the world to harvest ions and stay part of the chain.